We're wrapping up Ronda Rousey. This month, July, has been great. Formal education to pay your living, self-education to pay your fortune. And I really feel good about, the insights, the ideas, the perspectives that I've gotten from this book. I'm in the last 4 pages. Okay, now she's actually going through her camp right before a fight, like the 6 weeks, what goes on in week 6, week 5, week 4, countdown to a fight. And so here she's going. This is in the beginning of that chapter. She says, "Oh, no, that was yesterday's insight. Oh, that thought. Boom. Okay, perfect. All right, here we go. This is today's insight. Now, her coach is Edmund. Depending on my opponent, I'm going to look him up and find out a little more about Edmund, because I think Edmund was coaching a bunch of people. Depending on my opponent, Edmund brings in outside sparring partners. If I'm going up against a striker, he'll bring in girls who are world champions in boxing and kickboxing. He starts calling other coaches and asking, hey, do you have anyone around this size and skill level? But if my challenger is a grappler, he mostly only has me go up against guys. McMahon had won an Olympic silver medal in wrestling. So in preparation for her, I grappled and wrestled a lot. But it's also a matter of excelling where your opponent is weakest so you can capitalize on those vulnerabilities. And my insight, teammates, is let me talk about me. We have to have a plan to improve. What is our plan to improve? When you're talking to clients and we are communicating about where they want to go, what their financial goals are, recruiting them on your team, talking to them about what are their career goals and going into business. Most of the time, people are going to say about the same thing. They're going to talk about getting out of debt. They're going to be talking about retirement. They're going to be talking about buying a house. And they're going to be talking about their kids' college. And when it comes to a career, well, I'm not good in sales. I ain't never thought about doing nothing like that. I don't know why I'll be good at it. We have to have a plan to respond. Just like this is no different. Her coach is telling her, well, if this person does this person does that. Now, in this world, MMA, you got all kind of variables. You in there fighting for your life. In our world, it's really only about maybe 6, 7, 8 scenarios you're even gonna run across. We have to be prepared when we get into conversations, and we know how to explain what we offer in a way where people receive it. It's not really about overcoming objections and closing a sale. That sounds so cold, like you getting somebody to do something that's not really in their best interest. Our job is to help them move forward, to protect their family and invest for their future. You cannot mess that up. If your person gets more coverage and they start investing for their future, that's a great thing. Plan to improve. All right. My second insight. Now listen to this. So she's in camp. She's like 6 weeks of nothing but focus on getting prepared for this next fight. She said, I am almost totally isolated from the outside world during camp, emerging only to do media. I have no energy to see family or friends. I don't dread any part of the process, even the hardest parts. I just take a deep breath and focus on performing the best I can. I've grown, now listen to this is my point. I've grown to embrace delayed gratification. So much that I even appreciate going through the most challenging parts. I collapse in bed every night, proud of the work I've done and savoring the hours of rest I've earned. Teammates, point 2. Delayed gratification, or embracing delayed gratification, is an attitude. It is believing. It takes faith for that. It's believing that what I do now is going to pay off later. Look, teammates, and I don't want to get too deep and spiritual with you. A lot of times I don't like to get too deep and spiritual a lot, because what I found, just being honest, the same people that say, God want me to do this, as soon as it gets tough, oh, God don't want me to do that. It's like God is just too convenient. It's an easy pass to quit something because as soon as it get hard. So, and that's just incredibly annoying. Like, how in the world God told you it was for you 2 days ago, and the first person you asked for an appointment, they said, no, I ain't interested, and then you say, I don't think this is for me. Like, well, you just get away from me with that. So, but with that being said, it takes a level of faith to work, hoping but not only like believing that the future is going to work out. It is going to work in my favor. A lot of times we don't work past our belief level. I mean, we don't put a lot of energy into it because we just don't believe it's going to be worth it. But if we believed it was going to be worth it, we'd be on it until it break through, and boom, we got to lift our faith believing that mountains are going to move in our city. Delayed gratification is an attitude. We got to embrace that. All right, last point. Now this is after weigh-in. Listen to this. I love this. Ronda's mama is for real, the truth. We need to find Ronda. I need to find out if she's talking on YouTube. Listen to this. After weigh-ins, Edmund disappears. He checks in on me, but he lets me be. I go backstage with my family, my mom, usually my sister Maria, her husband, my nieces, or rare occasions, my sisters Jennifer or Julia, and security leads us through the hidden tunnels back to my room. I drink water to rehydrate and eat whatever Dolce had put together for me. Now listen to this. She said, we lie on my bed, and my mom tells me all the reasons why I'm going to destroy the other girl. I mean, her mom, she's telling the little girl, you are going to kill this girl. Like, that don't even sound right. She says, it sounds so violent. She says, we lie on my bed, and my mom tells me all the reasons why I'm going to destroy the other girl in less than 24 hours. It's a ritual we have had since I was a little kid. She lists every reason why I'm the best in the world, like it's a bedtime story. Ooh, I love that. My point is, who is encouraging you? Who is encouraging you? You gotta have people around you that is encouraging you. That one little, hey, you can do it, is sometimes all you need. Or you could have that little bit of you still doing that energy, and bam, and it kills you. Because a lot of times people's faith is so fragile. Your confidence is so fragile. And if you're around people that are not encouraging you, man, that is death. Teammates, listen. Now, let's say if I say be an encourager, and you start thinking about the people in your circle, and you don't have many people encouraging you, you need to stay connected to Team Invincible so you can be around some encouragers. And also, number 2, and I'm going to let y'all go, become an encourager. The other half of that question is, who are you encouraging? Become an encourager. Create an encouraging energy force field around your family and your house, on your team, everywhere you go. Telling everybody, hey, you got this. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. You're going to kill them. It's going to be awesome. I love it. Sydney, our daughter, she's finishing up an internship, and she had this a presentation that she had to do for the end of the internship. And they did it in teams, and she was a speaker for all of the, I don't know what their titles were. Anyway, they were her bosses, I guess. Anyway, and so we were talking, and I was like, girl, you gonna kill it. You gonna kill it, because that's what we do. I ain't even no question in my mind about how it's gonna go, because I already know you gonna kill it, because that's what we do. Teammates, if you ain't talking to your wife like that, your husband like that, your kids like that, everybody around you like that, you need to change. You need to become an encourager and surround yourself with encouragers. Love you guys. We'll run this play again tomorrow.